In a quiet corner of a lush green forest, there lived a tiny ant with her big family. From the very beginning, this ant was different. She was hardworking, wise, and always ahead of others. Whenever winter came, her family never had to worry about food because she had already stored more than enough. Everyone respected her, but deep inside, she started to feel something she couldn't explain. One morning, as she was walking back with a grain of food, she stopped. In front of her, a peacock spread his glorious feathers and began to dance. The sunlight bounced off the colors blue, green, and gold. The ant whispered to herself, "Look at him, so beautiful. Everyone admires him. Why does no one look at me?" Another day she saw a butterfly flying effortlessly from flower to flower. Its wings painted the air with colors. "If only I had wings. Why am I stuck crawling on the ground?" She sighed. Even the squirrel made her envious. She watched him leap from tree to tree with such speed and freedom. "If only I could do that. I am nothing compared to them," she thought sadly. Slowly, her heart began to change. The hard-working, joyful ant became gloomy. She stopped collecting food on time. She stayed behind while others worked. Whenever her friends asked, "Why are you so sad these days?" she just forced a smile and kept silent. Deep down, jealousy was eating her alive. The great storm then. One day the forest was struck by a fierce storm. The sky turned dark, rain poured endlessly, and the wind tore through the trees. Rivers overflowed, and the once peaceful forest became a place of fear. The butterfly's delicate wings got soaked. She could no longer fly. She shivered on the ground, helpless. The squirrel's tall tree home was destroyed, leaving her lost and frightened. Even the proud peacock, who once shined brighter than anyone, stood drenched, unable to lift his heavy feathers. The forest was in chaos. But beneath the ground, the ants' colony was safe. Their tunnels, carefully built through years of hard work, stood strong against the storm. The tiny ant peeked out and saw the suffering around her. For the first time, she didn't feel envy. Instead, she felt compassion. "I wasted so much time wishing I were like them," she thought. "But now, they are the ones in need. Maybe I can do something." A new purpose, gathering all her strength, she called her fellow ants. "Friends, we cannot just sit here. We must help the others. Together, we can save them." And so, hundreds of tiny ants marched out of their tunnels. Some carried the butterfly gently on their backs to a dry spot. Others brought leaves to make a bed for the trembling squirrel. A group of ants even cleaned the water off the peacock's feathers, so he could lift his head once more. The bigger animals were stunned. How can such small creatures have such enormous hearts? They wondered. After the storm, when the storm finally passed and the sun returned, the forest looked wounded but alive. The butterfly, squirrel, and peacock came to the ants with tears of gratitude.
"At the peacock,"
said softly, "I always thought beauty was everything. But today, I've seen a beauty greater than mine your kindness." The squirrel added, "I believed strength was in jumping high. But real strength is in helping others when they fall." The butterfly smiled and said, "You may not have wings, you may not shine like colors in the sky, but you carried me when I couldn't move. You are the greatest of us all." The little ant's heart swelled. For the first time, she felt proud not for what she wished to be, but for who she truly was. The lesson from that day on, the ant stopped comparing herself with others. She finally understood. Every creature has its own unique gift. The peacock's gift was beauty, the butterfly's was flight, the squirrel's was agility. And hers? Her gift was resilience, teamwork, and a heart big enough to care for others. She realized when we stop envying others and start embracing our own strengths, life becomes richer. Jealousy blinds us. It makes us forget the treasures we already have inside. But kindness unlocks the real greatness in us. Because true greatness is not in how we look, how high we fly, or how fast we run. True greatness lies in how much love we carry in our hearts and how we use it to lift others up. And sometimes the smallest among us, with the biggest heart, becomes the greatest of all. Closing for video! If this story touched your heart today, give it a like and share it with someone who might need this reminder. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? I'd love to know.